My brother tried to take my dying son's Make-A-Wish trip because his healthy daughter deserved fun too. My 8-year-old son, Liam, has leukemia. When the doctors told us he qualified for Make-A-Wish, he didn't ask for toys or celebrity meetings. He asked to swim with dolphins in Hawaii because he'd seen a documentary and said dolphins looked like they were always smiling, and he wanted to feel that happy. The foundation approved everything within weeks. Flight, hotel, dolphin experience, the whole package for our family of 3. I was helping Liam pack his little suitcase when my brother Kevin showed up unannounced with his daughter Bella. He looked at the suitcases and asked where we were going. When I told him about the trip, his face twisted into something I barely recognized. He said Hawaii wasn't fair because Bella had been begging for a vacation and money was tight for them. Why does Liam get everything handed to him just because he's sick? I thought he was joking. My son is dying and my brother is jealous of a wish trip, but Kevin was dead serious. He started arguing that Bella deserved to experience Hawaii too, that she'd been through so much watching her cousin be sick, that it wasn't fair she had to suffer just because Liam got all the attention. I told him this trip was specifically granted for Liam by Make-A-Wish, not a family vacation I was hoarding. Kevin's face went red. He said I always favored Liam over everyone else's kids, and that mom agreed with him. That's when I realized this wasn't spontaneous. My brother had been building resentment and recruiting allies. The next day, my mother called asking if maybe Bella could come along since there was probably room. When I explained that wasn't how Make-A-Wish works, she called me selfish for not thinking about Bella's emotional needs during this difficult time. Kevin launched a full campaign. He posted on Facebook about how his daughter was being excluded from family experiences, carefully leaving out that this was a wish trip for a terminally ill child. Relatives started messaging me, saying I should be more generous and consider Bella's feelings. My own aunt called to lecture me about family unity. Nobody seemed to care that my son might not live to see another summer. Kevin even tried calling Make-A-Wish directly, pretending to be me, asking to add his daughter to the trip. The foundation flagged it as fraud and called to verify. When I confirmed it wasn't me, the coordinator sounded horrified. She'd never heard of anyone trying to hijack a dying child's wish before. Meanwhile, Liam overheard one of Kevin's rants during a family dinner. He came to me that night crying, asking if he should give his trip to Bella so everyone would stop fighting. That was my breaking point. I cut off all contact with Kevin and told my mother that if she mentioned this again, she wouldn't see Liam for whatever time he had left. She chose Kevin's side, saying I was tearing the family apart over a vacation. We flew to Hawaii without telling anyone. For 5 days, I watched my bald, skinny little boy laugh with dolphins, build sand castles, and smile like the child he deserved to be. The Make-A-Wish staff treated him like royalty. One trainer stayed an extra hour just to let Liam float beside his favorite dolphin. I took hundreds of pictures because I knew I'd need them someday. On our last night, Liam looked at the sunset and whispered that this was the best week of his whole life. I held him and cried into his shoulder while he patted my back, telling me not to be sad. While we were gone, Kevin's scheme backfired spectacularly. Someone in the extended family who worked in healthcare shared his Facebook posts in a group chat calling out his behavior. The comments section turned into a war zone. People who'd initially supported him now saw the full context and were disgusted. His own friends started unfollowing him. His wife, who hadn't known about the Make-A-Wish fraud call, found out and was mortified. She apologized to me in a 4-page letter saying she was reconsidering their entire marriage. My mother finally saw what she'd enabled and showed up at my door, sobbing, begging for forgiveness. I let her in, but told her trust would take years to rebuild. Kevin sent a half-hearted text blaming stress, never once apologizing to Liam directly. I blocked his number without responding. Liam went into remission 3 months later and still talks about those dolphins every single day.